you're just losing time and you don't have time. I lost driver's license, someone stole my car, and on top of that, my girlfriend left me because many people are not making decisions in their life. This feeling that I'm not enough. It should be a standard for you to be in great shape, to eat healthy. How? How is that gonna be possible? Like what's happening in my mouth?
Welcome back to Santom Nutrition podcast. Today we have a special guest, a man who is like, how I always like to say, who's not been making effect on people's life only on paper, but literally changing them. Hi, Mārtiņš.
What's up, Thomas, man? Thank you.
How are you today?
Nice introduction. It's great. It's been a great day. Happy to see what you have to ask to me, man, to make this podcast available for people.
All right. We will get into that a little bit later. You are a fitness coach, right?
I wouldn't call myself a fitness coach.
How would you call yourself?
I would say in Latvian, senseis, you know?
Sensei? I think in English it's as well, yeah, sensei.
Also in English it's also senseis. So it's basically, the fitness is one part of it, right? Healthy body is what's needed for a healthy mind, right? And that's one part of it. And then the second part is the mindset, what we are working with. And the third part is the discipline. Without discipline, you don't have anything, you know? You cannot achieve any goal. So with combining all these, fitness, mentality, and discipline, you have great results. You are not the problem working towards the goals. And that's what I'm doing. I'm building men in a way that they can achieve everything, right? Mm-hmm. They're not the problem in the situation. When they set the goal, they know that they will complete it because they are not the problem. They're not gonna tap out because of the lack of the discipline. They're not gonna tap out because of the emotions. They will get over all the things. They will get over all the adversity, and they'll get what they want.
All right. If someone met you outside of things that you do today, how would you describe yourself, who you are today?
Yeah, I would say I only think about how I can build what I'm making already better. That's what I do. I literally, from the time I'm awake to the time I'm falling asleep, I'm always thinking how I can improve myself so I can build better product for my clients. That's what I do. And for some that would meet me, that would probably be a little bit weird for them, that they would feel like, hey, you don't have life outside of this. I do have life, but I'm simple man. I just don't like many things, and I focus on the things that I like, which is helping people, lifting weights, being healthy, and trying to find answers, you know.
Amazing. We will get into that a little bit later as well with your brand, with A Players Academy. But there must be a reason why you started A Players Academy, certainly. If I may ask you, what kind of man were you before that?
Yeah, there's always a reason why someone made something. And if you ask about the man that was before A Player Academy, I would say I was a car guy. The guy that loves fixing cars, loves partying, drinking, doing some bullshit, just wasting my time. And by wasting my time, I got to one place where I didn't want to be for long, which is I lost everything that was available at that time. I lost driver's license. Someone stole my car, and on top of that, my girlfriend left me, and I had to move back to my hometown to work in different jobs so I can pay my bills. And at that moment, I was looking in my mirror, and I'm like, "What the fuck? How did you get here?" Mm-hmm. And at that moment, it was the truth that I finally said to myself, I did myself this, and I have to pull myself out of it. And from that moment, I made a commitment in myself, like, hey, I need to figure out how I can get myself out of this to a better place, because many people that I know, my friends and everything, was in a similar situation. And I saw them, they were helpless, they didn't know what they want to do. And I wanted to make this as a mission. I'm gonna find answers to get those people out of that situation. And from that moment, I started to look at my life from all aspects to see, hey, what can I improve? How can I make myself better, like physically, mentally, emotionally, financially, so I can actually become the person that people listen to. Mm-hmm. And day by day, doing that work, it happened. I shared my story Instagram and TikTok, and people started to respond. And then from there, I got kind of like signs like, hey, you are getting traction. People are asking questions, and hey, you actually like helping people. You get in a great flow state. And then from that moment, I started to kind of look, how can I expand it? How can I monetize it? And that was the moment when I started to hire coaches that helped me to actually build the business, help to build the structure, which is actually profitable, and also it helps people. And that's how Academy were born.
From what I understood, so you were, if I may say it like that, completely fucked. You had completely fucked life. And
so we can swear here, right?
A little bit, but not too much. Not too much, of course. A little bit. We are doing this casually,
Okay.
but of course we need to watch the language. But yeah, were there a specific day that you remember where you said to yourself or thought to yourself, hey, the kind of click into your mind?
Mm-hmm.
Because the things that you said, hey, you lost everything, if I may say it even like that, almost. Was there a specific day that you could walk us through?
Yeah, of course. And I'm gonna explain a little bit differently, because there's something that is going around in the internet that like someone had this click and everything changed. No, there were many clicks. Like one click happened, I did certain things, then again some low point, and then another click happened, then you pulled yourself out, and then again and again. Like I said, there were many days like that. I just want to be like open and share how it actually works, because it's never like it happened and then boom, here we are. Yeah. No, there were many things like that. One was, of course, the day when basically I'm moving out of my apartment and I'm coming back to my hometown. That was the moment where I'm like, holy shit, this is going in the wrong direction. Second thing was, we moved to Norway with one of my friends when we didn't get the job that we wanted to, and we had to figure out where we're gonna work then, because we didn't have the place to stay, we didn't have the money, we had food in the car. And from that moment we said like, okay, it's time to stop and we need to actually do some things. And from there we actually broke that cycle, got in a better position, found the job. Then I started work there. And then I was working, then another click. I'm like looking around, I'm like, why I'm here? I'm better than this. Like, I can do more with my life. I had money, I had everything, and I was like, okay, what's the point of having all this money now, not knowing where to put, or just stack it on let's say shelf? Let's use it. I need to make myself better. I need to invest in myself so I can deliver more value for people. And that's what I did. I'm like, okay, cool. Now I have this money. I hire a coach. Boom. Another click, right? Then I'm like making almost the same money as I'm earning in the job. And I'm like, that's it. It's time to make a decision to leave it and go back to Latvia and keep it here. And that's what I did. And there were, like I said, those were the many clicks where I'm like looking in my eyes, I'm like looking down, I have balls, and I need to make this decision to actually get through this. And I'm saying this because many people are not making decisions in their life. They just feel like, hey, some things are gonna fall in their hands and in their lap, but it's not gonna happen like that. You have to make a decision, and that decision will pull you through it. And the funny thing is, before that decision, you didn't have the thoughts that can pull you through that. When you made the decision, thoughts came in, after thoughts came actions, and then actually became results, right? So with that being said, I said, hey, if you have this like small feeling, small voice in your heart that, hey, you're better for something more, pull the action.
Mm-hmm. Those first clicks that you mentioned earlier, there are multiple clicks. There's not a single click and, hey, bam, everything changes for you. Mm-hmm. You mentioned a lot that you went through a specific phase. Was it that yourself went through the phase, or you had help from outside? Those first clicks before you got the coach, or before you got help from outside?
Oh, no. That's where I went through alone. And I feel like
you need to get through alone?
I didn't have anything to ask help for. I didn't have friends that is in better position. I didn't have money to invest in myself.
If you had someone, would you?
Yeah, dude, of course. Like that's like a hack for life. And be careful with this, because do not take advice from people that is not in a place where you want to be, because they cannot give you a correct advice, right? So you need to have people from the place where you want to be to get that advice from. And that's what I'd recommend for everyone. If you have that kind of human being in your life, ask them the questions and make those or take those actions. But if you don't, then pull yourself out as much as you can and then search for that help, because that's going to help you faster. Because what coaches can give you, they can give you a fresh perspective on the life, because that's most of the things where people are getting caught up. They are not actually seeing how they can break through it. They cannot see the answers. And yeah, coach, mentors, they can help you with that. Because that's all what's stopping us, the mindset, the thoughts. And we need to break them by looking on them differently.
Yeah, I find it interesting myself as well that people often think that they have a problem, right? Maybe they do know solution for the problem, or they do not. But what I think is that they fear for help. They fear asking for help. And yeah, there are some cases, like case in yourself where you had no one, where you're like, hey, it's me and me. But if you have the option to ask someone for help, either it's a coach, right, or it's a family member, especially family member. I think family should be the number one, but of course in reality it's different, the opposite case of it. Maybe for you.
Yeah, I can a little bit come in with this. I can tell you that family usually is not the best place where you can take advice from. I'm just working with many men, and I know many men made wrong decisions because of their family, because the family said, hey, you need to finish this school, you will have the safety and everything, and they lost many years of their life. So I would say, not always you need to listen to your family. I'll remember one thing, all they want safety for you, and they love you, and safety doesn't mean it's going to be growth. It doesn't mean it's going to be success. And if you want to be successful, if you want to make your life actually count, then you will need to take some risks, and you will need to go through some phases which are going to be painful, right? And usually family are not going to give those advices because they don't want you to get hurt. I'm going to be the one that is going to be like, hey, you need to go through this shit now. Mm-hmm. And after that, you will get this. After that, you're going to get stronger. After that, you're going to learn and gain some lessons, right? And that's what I think is the coolest part of the life. To not play it safe, to go through the life, risk, and get that biscuit, you know?
Get that biscuit. One thing that I know that you say from time to time is triggers.
Yeah. Oh, you want to talk about that?
Explain, because yeah, there are certain problems, right? Everything that we discussed until now, and it sounds like those problems come from somewhere, and maybe those problems are some sort of a trigger. So if someone is hearing this word for the first time, first of all, what is the trigger, the inner trigger? Where it come from?
I like this topic a lot. So I usually take full responsibility of myself. I take full responsibility of my emotions, and everyone should. And if you feel triggered, basically that means you're in altered emotional state, then that means something in you is not aligned with the version you want to build. Meaning, if you're triggered from certain things that people said to you, from certain situations, that means you have some negativity in you that you need to overcome in order to get to the place you want to be.
To the next level.
To the next level, exactly. Those are not the things that you need to smoke off. Those are not the things that you need to jerk off. That's not the thing that you need to party off. Those are the things you need to lean in and look what's wrong. Why it's showing me this? Like, what's the weakness here? What's the pain I'm not seeing? What's the limited belief under this? Why I'm looking on this? Why I'm triggered? Why this is actually affecting my emotional state? Because we shouldn't be affected at all, right? If you are affected by emotions, you're easy to control. And if you look in the far future where you are building yourself, you cannot be emotionally unstable. You cannot stress for most small things like that. You need to be lived unfazed. You need to be being more critical, not emotional, right? And with all those small things in your life, you need to look into them and you need to solve them. And those things are gonna disappear from your life. But look, they are not gonna disappear, but you're just not gonna react on them. And I think if you look in life, and as I think, I don't want to be just jacked, I don't want to be just rich, I want to be jacked, ripped, with great relationships and close to God, right? If I want to be that kind of human being, I cannot be triggered by these small things. They cannot affect my day. I have to overcome them easily. And with something that can probably resonate with the people that's watching, everything that happens in your life is for a reason. It's just a mirror where you see a reflection of yourself, what's not happening as it should be, right? You're looking in wrong way. You're just not aligned with the version you want to be.
Those problems, those inner triggers, I assume there are some smaller triggers, some bigger triggers, but how can someone identify, for example, even me, that there is a trigger from recent life or way from childhood even? Because sometimes we think, at least I'm thinking that, hey, I have this problem. It's probably a problem that only started months ago, but hey, what if it started years ago? What if it started with when I was 8, 9 years old?
Maybe it even came from the past life. You don't even know.
Maybe.
You don't know, right? So what you need to do is you just need to become aware of it. When you get in a place where you're aware of it, you can actually look into it. Okay, cool. What it is showing to me, like what kind of emotion is triggered right now? Where in my past I felt the same emotions. Then you go through your mind. Your mind is like computer, supercomputer. If you ask questions, you will get answers, right? I have many tools in the academy that I give to my guys, which is one is the journaling, where you actually analyze yourself and you pull out these things and you analyze them and then change them and then do it differently. But yeah, you need to build the awareness so you understand what it is, where it's coming from, and then you need to look on it differently so you can get different result. Because if you're gonna always act on that trigger the same, you will get the same results. But that's the reason why you're getting that problem. You need to overcome it and you need to fix that trigger, and then you're gonna overcome it, and then you have a different result, right? Yeah. And with answering your question shortly, it doesn't matter if it came from 1 month ago or childhood. You need to overcome it by looking on it differently, heal it, and letting go.
If someone, I might even not say someone, but I think everyone has triggers, so I think that is impossible to say that, hey, you don't have a single trigger in your life. Maybe there will be, but what are the kind of first steps to identify those triggers, and what someone needs to do? The first thing that you said was journaling, right? So is there anything else how you can identify those triggers in order to solve them? Because I think the first thing that you need to do is to kind of be aware of them. If you're not aware of them, you will simply do the same mistakes on a weekly basis, on a monthly basis, or even on a daily basis that affects relationships, business, or even your day-to-day life.
Yeah, first of all, if you want to have like exact step-by-step structure, then I would say first of all go into Google and write your frequency scale, and you will see your emotional scale. You will see high emotions, low emotions, and when you are triggered, you usually are triggered in low emotions, and you need to analyze that second step. What kind of emotions are triggered? Usually it's around guilt, shame, anger, victim mentality, frustration. You need to dig and understand what kind of emotion it is. When you understand what kind of emotion it is, you can understand what kind of story you have behind it. And when you understand the story, you need to change that story. And then you need to look on high emotions and look on, hey, how I would look on this situation if I would be grateful. How I would look in this situation where I would be feeling like a winner. I would probably have a different story. Write out that story, read it out loud, and keep that story in your head and keep doing from that winner mentality, that thing. That's it. You just catch yourself where you're lacking story, and now you can change it for a better one. And that story is gonna now lead your life.
So sometimes we don't need to solve the problem by doing something. Sometimes the only thing that we need to do is, first of all, like you said, be aware of it and write a story, a deep story, where you go maybe even into the details and how it made you feel, and then kind of reading it out loud.
Of course.
And then maybe there will be a switch that will happen that will say, hey, thank you for sharing this with me. I'm talking to myself, of course, in this sense.
Of course, because there's always two ways how you can look on the things, right? Like, I had this situation where someone stole my car, right? You can look from the victim mentality, oh, what's happening with me? I just bought it, now I'm gonna pay 6 years for that car. Oh my God, poor me. Second thing is, okay, cool. It is teaching me something. What is teaching me? First of all, stupid mistake to not buy insurance, right? Don't do that. Second thing, you were not rich enough to afford that car. Third thing, hey, you actually value that car more than your girlfriend. Therefore, it's been taken away from you. And now I paid for those lessons with money, but better with money than with time, right? And that's how you can get out of that victim mentality. From poor me or on holy shit, this was actually available in my life. And you can go through it. Okay, cool, I don't have a car anymore, but that sparked in me that I can be a better human being. First of all, I need to earn more money to afford that car so I can pay it off and everything. It just shifts you in different frequency at that moment and you pull yourself out of it.
How you're looking at things, yeah, it's very deep, I would even say. It's very deep, because if I say it to myself, if someone stole my car, or let's say I were in a similar situation, right now, maybe I'm still young, but it would maybe make me do, I don't know, something stupid, react, I don't know, be maybe even aggressive, not only to myself, but to the people around me, especially if you are in relationships, because you're not only affecting yourself, you're affecting the people that are around, right?
And that's the main thing. We are actually solving those triggers, first of all, so we are not affecting ourselves, and second, so we are not projecting bad energy on other human beings. Those are not their problems, that's your problem. And because of that, because people are super reactive in daily situations, by reacting on small stuff like that, they are actually affecting their relationships, which are the most valuable thing. They're affecting their children. It's crazy. And by solving this, you can actually calm yourself down to not react and actually show your better version for your close ones, right? Only because of that. And then, again, you're not the problem. It's easy to live with you. Everyone loves you. Everyone respects you. It's cool to be around you because you're not a reactive asshole.
You become addictive to it,
yeah.
right?
Yeah, and people love to be around you. And they look and like, hey, you're such an awesome guy. You're always calm. You're not doing some bullshit. But it's always fun around you. And you build yourself. You're not that reactive animal,
Let's take one step back in terms of triggers, right? And those inner problems that we overcome in our lives from time to time. I imagine you had these problems as well, these triggers as well, even multiples. Was there a specific trigger that you could share with us that would kind of give you, hey, this was a serious trigger. I'm so happy that it was solved, or even, yeah, right.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you one recent one that is gonna help many business owners, many people that is actually going after bigger goals, and it's connected to the relationships. Let's go a little bit longer story, but I'm going to tell you in a way that actually can help someone. So, as we know, we high achievers go to bigger goals, always next one, more impact, more money, more opportunity, right? So that's what we are getting after. And in that process, we are addicted to that, we are going after it. We want respect, we want to be more loved, we want to be more heard, we want to be more available for our people. And sometimes we are coming from unhealthy side that we are kind of like asking that respect from our close ones, which are usually our wives, usually our, let's say, close friends, parents, maybe clients, whatever. In my case, it was a girlfriend, and I know many guys are struggling with this. That's the reason why I'm sharing with you. So basically, I'm in this situation where many things are happening in business. We're growing, expanding. We are moving from one city to another city. Clients are coming in. We are just, business is going great. But from my side, that's where I'm an asshole. I didn't actually check in with my girlfriend and see, hey, is she emotionally okay? Is she having all the emotional needs met? Because I'm so into the business that I didn't actually ask her, because in my eyes I'm like, I'm thriving, everything's going great and we're winning and blah blah blah, but there were certain emotional needs that I didn't met with her. And if emotional needs are met for other human being, they get in this fight, flight, freeze, fawn mechanism, what our nervous system is.
Explain, what is it?
It's gonna be deep. I'm gonna finish the story and then we're gonna go into
it.
So yeah, basically, when a human being is in those, let's say not regimes, but like in fight, flight, freeze states, human beings closing up, his energy is closing up, his frequency is closed up, he's not emotionally available, he's like hiding, he's closed up. And I didn't understand what's going on for a long time. Those are many months. Like sometimes she's okay, sometimes no, but I'm just thriving. And from my side, I'm feeling like I'm not respected, Like why she's not respecting me. Look how everything is going. Why she's not loving me. Why she's not coming and saying that I'm proud with you and everything. That's the story what I'm building up. But in meantime, she's going through the situation that, hey, I don't have my emotional needs met and I'm closing up, and she's losing her mind, right? And we went through this phase, and basically the answer came in this last 8-player live meetup where we had somatic breathing. And in this somatic breathing session, we got to the imagined state where I went back to my childhood, where I saw myself that I needed respect, where I needed this love from other human beings. Why? Because if I look back on childhood, I was a cool kid. Like I was the kid that always had energy. I was always doing some stuff. I was building some stuff. I was building houses, like painting bicycles and doing these things.
Being this creative kid.
Yeah, I was this creative kid. But look, the situation was interesting because my dad was living with the other family. My mom was working in job from 7 to 12 in the evening. My grandpa, he was just a calm dude, didn't tell me anything. My grandma, she was always screaming on me like, hey, you need to do these certain things while you were wasting time on this bullshit and everything, right? Mm-hmm. And I was just this kid that had this feeling that I'm not enough. I'm doing these all things. I'm this cool kid. And no one is actually coming to me and saying, hey, I love you. Hey, I respect you. You're freaking awesome. No one. But that was my expectation. And in that somatic breathing session, I saw myself sitting on the chair at my house and crying. And in that moment, I came back and gave the respect to myself. I'm like, I love you, bro. I respect you, bro. You're a freaking cool kid. Look what you have done. And that was the first time that I realized, hey, I don't need respect from others. I need respect from myself.
It starts with yourself.
Exactly. And with high achievers, basically do not wait that respect from others. Give it to yourself. Praise yourself. Be proud of yourself. Look on the things you have built. You need to do it. And look what's crazy thing, what's going to happen. Then the things are going to shift. People are going to respect you. People are going to see you. People are going to love you. Why? Because you are not needing it. When you need it, you don't get it. And that's what you need to understand. It's just showing you a mirror. Right now, if you need respect from someone, if you're trying to get respect from someone, you're not giving it from yourself. And that's a powerful place to be in, to be giving the respect to yourself, and then you don't need anything. And you're just filling yourself up with this energy that is pulling you through any situation. And yeah, after that, basically, I gave respect to myself, and after that, the crazy things started to happen. My girlfriend started to praise me more, started to just tell me that she's proud with myself, and that motivated me to do more and more and more, right? Mm-hmm. And because I solved that trigger. It was deep trigger in me, but by solving that trigger, basically we opened, first of all, new level for relationships, new level for openness, and third, it opened mind for my business.
Once you start to respect yourself, you kind of start automatically respecting others, and they start noticing it. So I think that is important. So sometimes, right, we think, like you said before, that you are into this deep state where you're grinding off, you're like trying to be the better man, and you're looking for someone, in your case, your girl, to, hey, I'm proud of you, I respect you, but you didn't saw it. And maybe you saw, hey, this is not problem my side, right? Maybe it's her. But then once you understood the trigger, once you solved it by respecting you first, you started to notice those changes.
Of course.
So,
and the thing is, they were always there. It was not like, hey, she is not respecting me at all. Of course she was. She was doing the max of what she was possible to do, right? And of course, by me understanding this and then explaining that to her, and also understanding what she's going through, I can also change myself a little bit, so I can help her to fill her emotional needs, and then again that comes back to me, and she will fill my emotional needs. It's this beautiful thing that happens when you are actually committed, when you actually go into these things and solve them.
Amazing. So all of those things combined maybe was the reason why you created A Players Academy. So one of the reasons, of course. How would you describe or explain to everyone what is A Players Academy and what do you do?
Yeah, basically that was one of the reasons why I created it, and there were many reasons, because I was broke, I didn't have money, I was really bad in relationships, I didn't care. Third, I was not healthy. Fourth, I was using drugs, I was using alcohol, I was just throwing my life away.
Wasted life.
Yeah. Those are the reasons why actually I created A Player Academy. And now, knowing what I didn't want, now knowing what I want, basically in one sentence is I help people build the men that they respect and admire. Mm-hmm. And from there they can build everything they want.
Yeah, kind of if they are stuck in a specific point of life, right? Either it's health, right, or your body, your business, relationships. You help them overcome this specific problem, the specific trigger, and taking them into the next level.
Of course. And usually, you fix one thing, let's say in relationships, that affects everything else. You fix one thing in business, that affects everything else.
Compounding.
Of course. And when you have tools, how to fix these things, like I said, you become the man that cannot be stopped, that is respected, because you have the tools. And I usually give this example. You can build a house with like hammer and saw, or you can build a house with electric instruments, right? Which are going to be faster. You need to electric instruments so you can build that house faster. That's what you need in self-development. You need tools. You need tools to actually move through problems faster, so you can solve them. Boom, done. On to another one.
How many members are there on A Players Academy?
We are 77 in a group right
77.
now. 77, yeah.
I assume all of those 77 are active.
Yeah, and they're active, and we're working towards the greatest self.
So you, one guy, is helping 77
Yeah.
people.
Of course, I have my teammates. I have my
Amazing.
sales guy. I have a guy that helps with programs. But the main coaching thing is for me. Yeah.
When did you launch A Players Academy? When was it?
Oh, I don't even remember. It's like 6-7 years ago. I started working in the all world. Like basically, I started A Player Academy working worldwide. I started with the United States, Switzerland, Germany. That was the first pool because my coaches actually just showed me the strategies that work and everything, and I was like, okay, let's go. I'm gonna go in worldwide. But then I got this pool to make it in Latvia because I'm a human being guy. I usually like to be around people. I need this connection, right? And by working through computer, I never get it. And that's where I kind of understood, hey, I need to build something here. I need to build strong men here in Latvia. And that's what I did. And now we're working out in every place in Latvia. We're doing live events. We're having fun. We're having also like Zoom calls and everything, but it's all combined. It's also a community. People are working out together and everything. It's just becoming this thing that, hey, you see the hat on the street, that's that guy,
Amazing. So you started not here in Latvia, but you started overseas, nationwide. But yeah, that was actually one of my next questions. How did you manage back then, right? To talk to help people them over the screen, because like you tell.
Yeah, you don't need to be here on the moment to have a click or mindset shift. No, you can deliver through the computer, and most of the best client results are usually actually through screen, nothing else. You don't need to be on the spot. Like I said, I'm not a fitness coach. I'm not a guy that stands besides and counts the reps. That's bullshit. I don't do that. I'm there with them on the gym floor, actually working out. That's it.
You're the example.
Yeah, I'm just doing the same things what my guys are doing. And to answer that question, yeah, it doesn't matter. Like if you fix the client's mindset, he will be consistent. He will do the things what he needs to do with workouts, with nutrition, also with mindset. That's it. And just keep them accountable, and you're gonna be good. And the main thing, what I usually say, hey, you don't need someone standing by the side. You need to channel that motivation through you. You need to understand, hey, I have this energy, I have this pull, how can I use it? No, oh, I need someone that's gonna push me. No, what the fuck? You need to go after your goals fast. You need to understand what you want, then act on them, and you don't need anyone to push you from the back, right? And when you get that energy, when you get that mindset, that's it. Sky's the limit.
77 people in the community. I assume there's one case study where someone had a problem, a trigger, right? They solved it. Do you mind sharing us with?
They
How you
had the
help them?
trigger. Oh, dude, many of them. Of course, many of them.
What's the first thing that pops into your mind? Where you're like, I'm proud of this man. He's like my brother.
Of course, yeah. I'm not gonna call names, but it's again about the relationships. And most of the things usually are happening because certain emotional needs are not met, right? So it's about certain things about, hey, I want this and I didn't get it. And one moment I was having a call and he's like, my wife didn't do this, she didn't do that, she didn't do this, I wanted this. And I'm looking on his eyes and I'm like, dude, you're out of the balance. You're right now in feminine energy. What the fuck, dude? You need to get in your strength. You need to get in the center, which is divine masculine. What did you do wrong? You didn't communicate it. You just wished that she's gonna do certain things that you wished in your head. Like why? And now you're being angry because she didn't know what the fuck you wanted to. And to get to the end, basically, yeah, he was like, fuck, yeah, I just needed to hear this from you. Like, actually, I was working through from my feminine energy, and which is a point where I can mention, we have two energies. We have feminine and we have masculine. And most of the times when you have been growing up only around your mom, your grandma, your sister, you will be automatically disbalanced. You will be more on the feminine side. And that means you need to learn more things from the masculine side. And sometimes even fathers are actually more in feminine side. And therefore you need to go through your life and understand, hey, how can I balance this energy out? Because many people are actually, let's say, guys are taking feminine energy into their relationships, feminine energy into the business, and they don't understand why they are not successful. Because they are not in their strength, they are not in their balance, and they are not gonna be able to get through these problems to their life, right? And so you need to work with it. You need to understand how the masculine, how the feminine energy works. You need to embrace those character traits to become the best on that energy and use that energy in the right time. And in that example, I said, dude, you was not in a masculine side. You didn't took what you wanted. You didn't communicate what you wanted. That's your problem. You're out of the balance. Work with it, analyze it, fix it. And he came back with answers. I said, yeah, of course, I was out of balance. Next weekend we had a similar situation. I did something else and boom, happened. He got what he wanted to, right? And those are the things. Those are the things what happening in relationships. Those are the things that is happening in fitness. Those are the things that is happening in business, in every part.
Is he still with you?
Of course, yeah. He's one of the guys that is never leave.
So what if someone does resolve and is into the next level, he automatically can, like, it does not mean that, hey, everything is done, right? He can now live and be this happy, amazing guy. He still needs to work on himself and be part of A Players Academy.
Of course, and that's another thing. Like, you get to the point where you get all the tools, you learn from me, I'm coaching you, but then you just stay in academy to be in that community. You just love being with the guys because, like I said, many guys are working out together, meeting together, having fun together. I hope one day, maybe we will also add the girl thing on the side. I hope so.
Only men, right now?
Right now, only men, yeah.
Is there a specific reason to it?
Yeah, because I feel only qualified to work with men. I know them. I feel them. I know what they need to do.
Simple answer.
Yeah.
Simple answer.
And I don't understand women that much, you know.
Not yet, maybe
like,
not yet.
yeah, to coach them, I don't understand them, and that's what and that's how I work. I usually also, if I don't know something, I just tell them, hey, I don't have experience with this. If I know it, I always tell it. I will always share my experience. I will always share my story. But yeah, most of the things I just learn from experience and tell them from my experience.
Once again, 77 people. In my opinion, I think that's just an amazing number for you, one guy who's like, I don't know, helping them to achieve the next goal. There's always someone who is joining your team, right? From maybe on a weekly basis, someone who left. What happens, or how do you act when, let's say, there's a one person where you start kind of noticing that, hey, he's making a negative impact on the community itself? Because I always look at the point of view where if there's a group of 20, right, and 19 of them are like super amazing, right, grinding, etc., and there's this one who's maybe also grinding but giving this negative energy, being kind of the virus, if I may even say to that.
Yeah, one bad apple,
everything?
one bad apple can ruin the bunch.
Exactly. So how do you manage it? How do you see it? And what do you do? Do you kind of like say, hey man, you're making a negative impact here?
I would say I would had like two situations in my experience, and what I would of course do is I would of course communicate it first of all, because he's not even probably aware of it. He don't even understand what is he's projecting on other human beings. He just don't see it. We have here nose and we have mouth here. If we don't brush the teeth for 5 days, our nose doesn't feel it. You see it, you feel it, you smell it, right? Yes. And that's the same with our behavior. People do not see themselves from the side. And I usually notice these things and I'm like, dude, what the fuck you are doing? Like, hey, is this really the way how the best version of you go through this situation? Why you're actually showing this energy. And usually from that moment, people are actually taking it in and absorbing it, right? I'm not going to be the guy that's going to be holding these things in. I'm going to tell them right away. And usually, oh, okay, actually, thank you for telling me this, right? Because I look on the life exactly like that. Everything is a test. Everything, what is happening with us is for a reason.
Yeah, exactly. I think most of the people, or even myself, I remember this in the past, I was not maybe scared, but I didn't tell if I had a problem, someone, or if I had a conflict with someone directly to his face. If maybe I talked through a wall, right? Like being this kind of girly girly vibe. And I think that is also very important, like you said, that hey, you have a mouth, you have a problem, just say to it. Be of course respectful, but yeah, I think that is, by the way, in my opinion, I think that is, well, at least from my experience, very difficult to overcome. But of course, from time when you're trying to solve this, it becomes easier the first time, the second time, and on the third time, you kind of, hey, it's so easier.
So look, what's happening? If you're not telling the truth, you're losing your authenticity and you become a people pleaser. When you become a people pleaser, you're not actually affecting them, you're affecting yourself. And you're changing the behavior towards that human being. And you're actually stealing lessons from that human being. What you need to do is you need to learn how to actually be authentic, step into your balance, communicate these things. Hey, you're doing something wrong. That's what I saw. Of course, to not push up their ego and not affect the view or how they view you. Just explain them, tell them, and that's going to be valuable for them and also for you. And yeah, I just don't want to steal lessons from other human beings. Usually when I see certain things that I kind of feel are not aligned for the human being that I want to build, I'm going to be telling them right away. Of course, it's a practice. For me as a people pleaser, past people pleaser, it was also tough. But then you work with many people, and then you go through, like, let's say, many tough situations, and you learn that, hey, I need to actually tell the things, you know.
Do you agree that, let's say, when you're working with communities so close and you see everyone sees a success of one guy or of one man, and they see, hey, he solved his trigger, he's the better man, and because they know it, because they saw how he was when he joined, does it also help the rest of the team to kind of give the energy as well? And compounding is like the example that I always like to give, like, hey, if you're going to be in a room of 6 successful people, you most probably will be the 7th successful people. So I think that also is something that's
100%.
very valuable in A-Players Academy.
Yeah, you always need people that is actually leading, always showing and always expressing these things, because you never know who you're going to help with, right? And also, I'm the guy that pushes them to, hey, share this in social media, like, just earn some great karma points, you know, because you never know who is listening. Maybe, you know, you will save some marriages, maybe you will motivate some guy to get his lazy ass from the couch, and it always helps, you know. And then of course for the community, that's the reason why we are having these community calls, when we are actually sharing events that pulls people out of their emotional state and pulls them up, right? And when other human being, or let's say another A player, have solved the issue, that usually motivates people to do the same. They're like, fuck, I need to do the same. I need to get my shit together, you know?
What's your goal with A-Players Academy, or let's say the next goal for?
Yeah, for this year, I want to get 200 guys in it. That's the goal. I want to make a few live events for current A players, for new A players that is going to be able to join. And from there, I don't want to set even like more goals, because I'm going to be guided by universe. I'm going to just do these things, and then I'm going to listen what's the next step. What's the next step? I know the big vision where I'm going, right? Multiple big stages, many coaches, many like programs. That's in the far future. the close one I just told you, and that's what we are focusing on. We are trying to build it in a way that we can actually give the transformation faster. So guys come in, they can have this shift faster, and from there we're gonna see, man.
One idea that came to my mind before this podcast is that you train these superheroes, right?
Of course.
Once they are kind of ready or not ready, but once you see that they are not like you, but they are in the way to achieve everything, or they are already achieved everything, do you think that they could be also part of A Players Academy where they can teach the newbies?
They're already doing it.
They're already doing it.
Of course. That was the main vision always. The A players are coming and working with me in team. They're always coming back and giving back to the community. Some guys are just doing their thing without asking me, but helping me a lot. And that's the most grateful thing I can be for. I'm super grateful for that, you know. And no one from the side is gonna work in A Player Academy. Only A players are gonna be there. And why? Because everyone believes in that product. They know what changed in their life.
Through it.
Yeah, they've been through it. They will understand it. They will be able to tell them the steps and everything. Of course.
Perfect.
And from the, let's say, business standpoint, I'm building them great character traits, as I told you in the beginning. Everyone have discipline, great body, great mind. They're in control of their emotions, and those are great leaders. And with great leaders, you can do big things.
Also, if you solved those multiple things, I think at the end, everyone wants to kind of give the gift that they received back, right? Not only in terms of relationship, but to the new guys, to the person, to the man who is the problem, and he saw him, hey, this was me 5 years ago, right?
Of course, and that's the most fulfilling part of it. The reason why I'm doing this, because this helped me, and now seeing other guys doing it, and it helps them, it motivates me, and then those guys are actually helping other guys, motivates me even more, because it's this, and because I know their feeling of it. When they hit the workout together, when they exchange with their lessons, and everyone can learn from each other, it's just fulfilling, and that's what we are searching from the life. Fulfillment, what's in our heart, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, and having community, having amazing guys, that's what's fulfilling, and that's what pushes me.
Fulfillment. One topic that I do really care about as a founder of Santom is sugar and eating behaviors. So I think it's also a part of the same system. We'll talk about it a little bit later as well. But first thing, by the way, once again, shout out to Kaspers, who gave you our product. What were your first impressions or initial impressions, or what is your kind of the first thing that you heard saying, hey, this is this dude who's like...
We can try another one maybe, right?
We can. By the way, we have here sea butter juice, so feel free to... I will do it myself as well. But yeah, you tried it. What were your impressions back then?
It was cool. First of all, I was just shocked, how it's even gonna be possible. What's happening in my mouth? I hope it's actually healthy. I was thinking about that, but it was freaking cool because my taste buds, they're usually picky, and certain things I don't like, and of course
what?
Like onions, man, I hate them, and I tried to eat this, and then I tried onions, and I was like, how is that gonna be possible? And yeah.
Well, yeah, thank you. Let's talk about food as being part of the same system. Do you believe that we talked about discipline, we talked about mindset, gym, our body, right? As well as business, entrepreneur, everything, right? Everything that has to do in the same system. Do you believe that food is also in the same system?
Yeah, like many people look on the food only, oh, it's only for physical. No, food is also for mental. It's also affecting your energy, how you're feeling, how's your gut feeling. Food is really important. I usually give this example. Hey, if you would fill up Ferrari with like bad fuel, what would happen? First of all, Ferrari would have service light on. Second, it would not have full power. And third, you would need to go to service, right? With body is the same. You need to fill up your body with great fuel so you work on full power, so you actually function, so you're not in service mode, so you can function. And the crazy thing about the body is, hey, you don't have any service lights. You just feel like shit. But then, if you feel like shit for many days, you normalize it. And then you feel in low energy many days. And then you feel in low energy and bad. And you are having these mood swings, energy swings, month and month and month. And you normalize it and you don't feel that, hey, something is wrong with it. But you are. You're not working your full energy. And one of the reasons is you're not eating well. Second, you're not working out. You're not having activity in your life, right? So having nutritious food is must. Of course, it doesn't mean that you cannot eat what you want. Exactly. It doesn't mean that you cannot cheat or eat some junk. Of course you can, but you need to have strategies over it. You just don't listen only to your emotions. You're actually eating with a plan. You know why you're eating. You know the amount you're eating, and you function. Your body is functioning.
Exactly. Of course, at the end of the day, there's not maybe a perfect diet, or if you hear someone saying, "Hey, I only eat healthy food. I'm on this crazy diet for like 20 years." Yeah, maybe one in like 10 or 100,000, right? But in my opinion, also from my point of view, it's totally okay to eat sometimes junk food, right? To eat some unhealthy stuff. But at the end of the day, it's very important that everything is balanced, because if you kind of give this junk food, at least for me, into our mind from day-to-day basis, it affects my growth as well in terms of business, in terms of health, body, pimples even, right? Teeth, everything. I feel it.
100%. And that's the thing. What I'm always telling you are the problem. Until you solve the problem, it's gonna be tough. And many people are running and then putting the stick in between their legs by themselves and telling like, why the fuck life is doing this with me? But you did it. You did it yourself. Your choices did. And many of those choices are feeling like, oh, those are just quick snacks. Those are just a little junk food. But you're actually doing that by yourself. And you're not productive. You're losing your energy. You're losing your strength. Everything. Yeah. And that's the reason why I'm kind of tired to talk about fitness and nutrition, because that should be fixed from the childhood. You shouldn't have these things as a goal even. It should be a standard for you to be in great shape, to eat healthy, so you can focus on other things. So you can focus on family, so you can focus on business, so you can do or have some impact in this world. That's the reason. And people are going through their life with eyes closed and not looking around and saying like, I don't know anything about the food. I just eat whatever, you know. What the fuck? No, you need to educate yourself. You need to learn certain things, and it's not that hard. You can learn about nutrition in few evenings, and then the problem is solved forever. Done. And then you focus on other more important things where you can learn and grow forever, which is personal development and business. You will not gonna get tired of it. But if your body, if your energy is gonna be the weak link, you made that choice.
In your community, when you see someone besides that they are going through some point of triggers, when they clean up even their food habits. Like you said, it's not, hey, it's a goal, but hey, I'm just one day I cleaned it, fixed, that's it. Do you see a improvement as well in the overview? If you understood what I mean by that?
Of course, like I said, everything is improving. Like even things like your libido, like the desire to have sex with your wife. When you're not with low energy, when you're not lazy, when you're not full with food, you're more in that animal mode. You want it. You want to get after it, right? And that's a big one. That's a big one. Many guys, many people say, hey, like, my wife doesn't want you. If you look in the mirror, would you want you? Be honest. Would you want you? And then look on your wife. Of course she's not going to want you, because look what you have done. You haven't done anything with yourself. You need to fix yourself. You need to work with your body. You need to work with your energy. You need to work with it. That's the reason why why I'm saying that people need to look in the mirror and be actually critical about themselves. They need to look in their eyes and say, hey, I fucked this up. I'm the only one that can fix it. No one else, right?
Do you think that healthy food is supposed to be something enjoyable? What I mean by that is that everything that we do, like everything that you do, it's supposed to be lovable. You know, you're not, I assume you're not doing something that you hate, but hey, you're still doing it for like years, right? You love it. Everything that you do, you love it. Do you think the same principle also should apply for food? Because if someone, I don't know, hates some certain type of healthy food, but because he's doing it because, I don't know, somebody told him, do you think it affects something?
Somehow? Yeah, of course. You need to still love or enjoy what you're doing, because if you're not going to enjoy it, then of course you're going to go back to what you enjoy, and usually what you were believing previously, it's affecting you in a bad way, right? So, and if you do not enjoy it, you need to find ways how to enjoy it. And with food, it's easy. Like, you can make such great, tasty recipes that is with less calories, with great foods in it, like products and everything. And if you don't like the taste, just play around with seasoning and find your things, what you love. And my girlfriend usually laughs about me. 6-7 years, same eggs, nothing has changed. A little bit different seasoning and you still love them like on the first day. Of course, the same like I love you.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah. Love your girl like you love your spices.
Of course.
Walk us through your daily life.
Oh.
So how does a normal day, a completely normal day of life go for you, Mārtiņš?
Yeah, I'm a big routine guy. I do love routines, because if I don't have a routine, that's where emotions are taking a little bit over, and then the overall comes in, and then I kind of lose the track, right? And as an example, I usually, even though I know where is my gym, I usually put the vase on so I can see what time I'm going to be there. Maybe I can see some police in it, you know, some small things like that. Same with my day. I want to have a structure, and in these small breaks, yeah, at least I can either have some or do something for me, or I can add in certain things, but at least I will not throw my schedule completely off. But it basically starts with waking up at first alarm, 5:30.
5:30.
Yeah, that's what it's been 4:45, but now when the gym is open at 6:30, 5:30 is the best for me. But yeah, I usually praise myself with the consistency. And I do love to do the things on repeat, and I stick to them. So I wake up, then I do a cold shower. It's not a long one, like 1 minute, just fresh myself to just get that. I just want to use many swear words, so I need to calm myself down. But yeah, I just put my, how to say, my weak voice back in the bed.
Very good.
You know, there would be a different word, but yeah, I just want to put my weak voice back in the bed. Then after that, I usually have like espresso cup. Then I would have a journaling. session for 15-20 minutes while my girlfriend is dressing up. Then we jump in a car, we go to the gym, we hit the gym, we come home, eat breakfast. That's where I start working. I put the content in, stories. Then I would have some client calls. Then I would have new lead calls. Then I would have onboarding calls. Then I would have another session for content. And then I would read the book. Then I would have a chat with my girl, wrestling match, and repeat.
What kind of book are you reading right now?
Your wish is fulfilled.
Any key takeaways so far?
Yeah, it's a great book. It's a great book. Great book. Remember, your thoughts are things.
That's a very good one.
Yeah. Everything is vibrating in the universe, and if you want to get something, you need to match that frequency. And to match that frequency, yeah, you need to step into the version you want to become. You want to see it, you want to feel it, but you don't need it. And that's a key thing. Because when you need it, you're needy. And when you don't need it, you're gonna get it.
And when you're needy, you become addictive to needy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you always push it away. You always need it.
Exactly. What's the worst advice that you ever received? First thing that comes into your mind. The worst advice.
Go to the school.
Why?
Why? Why I see it's why I would say it's bad advice?
The worst advice.
You're
that you
losing
received.
time. You're just losing time, and you don't have time. You need to learn fast. You need to act fast. You need to get results fast. If you go through the school for years and learn bullshit that you can learn in like 1 week and using ChatGPT, why you need school? Why need someone to put, let's say, certain numbers on the paper to say, hey, you're good or you're bad, and not actually act these things in real life? You see how life is changing. Like now with AI, come on, dude, like in a year, it's huge progress in this world. If you're gonna be sitting in that school and trying to learn certain things, you're already learning about the past. But here in real world, many things are changing. I'm not telling about, like, let's say, doctors and lawyers. Of course, those things, those occupations needs school and everything. But marketing, sales, coaching.
I would even say as well design, for example.
Yeah,
or, even sales, right?
Of course. No need.
One thing that-
and the worst and the most terrible thing is to go into the school and learn about the business from the teachers that never run the business. That's the worst thing ever. That's the worst thing ever. If you want to have a life that is with a speed, you need hire coaches. You need hire mentors that actually have the thing that you want. If you go to, let's say, a school's parking lot, what you see, you will never see the car that you want to drive in your life. You will never see. And why would you take advice from that human being? He cannot give you the advice that actually helps you. And that's the worst advice I have ever received. And I never took action on it.
Amazing. What's the best advice that you ever received?
Yeah, invest in yourself. Invest in yourself, because no one can actually take it away from you. No one. And I have lesson on it. Everything else can be taken away. You can lose your job. Someone can take the car from you. Someone can take the girlfriend from you. Someone can steal the clothes you have. Someone can burn down your house. But you never lose yourself. You never lose yourself. You are like a ATM machine. You put in the money and you double it out. Put in 10K, you get 20. Put in 20, you put in 40. And then it's compounding, man.
Perfect. Let's do some cheeky questions.
Let's go.
I always like to do some cheeky questions at the end. Favorite thing to do in your free time? When you said that you're very active on your, first of all, A Players Academy, gym, journaling, everything. But one thing that you love to do in your free time, maybe with your girl.
If it's with my girl, we are super simple couple. We just love watching movies, and if I'm alone, then I just love to drive around with my car.
Simple as that.
Yeah.
What's the last movie that you watched together?
Greenland.
You remember that name?
Yeah, and Avatar 3, if I may know it right. Yeah, it was like 2 days ago in a kino. Cinema, kino.
What was the movie? Name?
Greenland and then Avatar.
Ah, you watched the latest Avatar.
Yeah.
You liked it?
Yeah, I liked it. It was good.
There are some people who don't like it because a lot of animations, but
Yeah.
I liked it.
It's that kind of type. It's that kind of type of movie. I like it. I like it.
Just action.
Course.
Favorite country to visit or even live one day?
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be Spain, probably around Malaga. I like that place, and it's gonna be also Italy. I feel like there is some Italian blood in me.
Ah, for me as well.
Yeah,
One thing, if we are talking in terms of countries, Italy.
cool. Yeah, I usually feel like I'm at home.
Por favor.
Yeah, right. Bene, bene.
Your favorite go-to restaurant here in Riga?
Zanzan.
Where is it?
You know the Lamborghini
Office, right?
and by the Spitze?
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
Lamborghini market, you know. Exactly on the side of that.
Oh, what do you usually order there?
A lot of meat. And that's the place where you can actually get a lot of meat. It's like the place where you order meat and you get as much meat as you couldn't even finish.
Favorite body part for you to train in the gym? Is it everything or maybe a specific?
I would say back. I would say back because I love deadlifting.
Amazing.
I love it.
Ah, you do deadlifting?
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, for me it's back as well, but I don't do deadlifting. Maybe I should start doing it.
Yeah, you would reach a different level. You will love it. It's different type of workout. I got injured in one of the discs last year, and I couldn't deadlift heavy, and that was worst year in my workout career. You know, I just love lifting heavy stuff. I love lifting, pushing heavy stuff, and when you can't, you don't feel like it. It's
One final message that you would like to give everyone who's watching here, yeah, kind of something emotionally, something deeply that they could resonate and maybe finally start taking some actions, because I think you can listen to every book, you can read every book, you can listen every let's say YouTube video, but at the end of the day it's like the first and final action that you need to take, and then from there you kind of grow. So yeah.
So the things that is happening in your life are not happening to break you. They're happening to build you to the version that you need to become. Don't fall victim to it. Understand that, hey, after this hardship, adversity that I'm going through, I will get to my next level. And that next level, reveal everything I want.
Perfect. So yeah, I guess if someone sitting at home and thinking to himself that he needs to do something, you're not alone. I think there are hundreds. I would even count myself, you know, that I do have, of course, triggers. I have problems that I need to solve. Maybe not on a daily basis, but on a weekly, on a monthly basis. And yeah, not only in a relationship or financially or in terms of business, but yeah, always taking the kind of next level. So I think, yeah, thank you very much for not only sharing your insights, but your point of view, also kind of sharing the emotional things that you went through, not only with me, but with everyone who is watching. And yeah, I think this will be
cool. Thank
for the
you.
rest of the life. So thank you very much, Mārtiņš.
Dude, I just want to tell you, I didn't expect to talk about these deep things. I love the questions you were asking. Those are the things that usually people don't hear. I would say we brought in some awareness in other human being lives. I like it. I like it a lot.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.